You can go wherever you want, see whatever you want to, but a place is only as good as the people you know in it. I think this is a pretty good place. Welcome back, legends.
So I've heard that you want some more, you're ready and willing to settle the score. 90 plus episodes, yet so much in store. That amazing iceberg, we ain't hit the core, Ever wonder what made Devil Man cry, or why this guy conspire with his devilish eye? No need to question or prod and pry. Just watch me on YouTube till your neurons fry. Check it. Season 1 got that out of the way. Season 2 kid stuff, you know we don't play. Season 3 that's garbage, better throw it away. Season 4 in the door and it's here to stay. We got hours of info that you can't ignore, like a hit from Truckun or a Snorlax snore. Anime's the currency, and if you feeling poor, just tune into Anime Legend Season. Hello everybody, my name is AfroX, the anime guide. I hope everybody can hear me. I'm trying out some new technology today. I just got a lav mic, as you can see here, a lapel mic. So trying it out, seeing if the audio sounds better than my Yeti. I doubt it, but we will see. So I do hope everyone can hear me right now. Just starting off here while we have a minute, we got Trix in the house, Trix the Anime Hater, saying yo, a big yo to you right back, my dude. So today we are gonna be talking about Zatch Bell. That's right. The old anime from, well, it was on Cartoon Network for a while, but when I was watching it, it was like on Foxbox and 4Kids and stuff, all the early 2000s, stuff like that. And that just comes from my experience with anime before I even knew what anime was, back when I used to watch Dragon Ball Z, Sailor Moon, Hamtaro, Zatch Bell, of course, but also Shaman King, which I am going to be tackling Shaman King here soon. I actually think I've already done it, but what the heck, let's do it again. We got to scrape the bottom of the barrel sometime. Trick says it's fine though, the Yeti all nice the edge. You probably got autocorrect there or something. But I see. Good to know. Anyways, where was my mind? That's right. So really quick, I'm just gonna run through the sponsors and such, all the social medias. So starting off, we have, I am so sorry. Why do I always yawn when I'm live streaming? I have no idea. But anyways, starting off, we have the Patreon. You can find that at www.patreon.com/AfroX. There you will find the 5 different tiers for donating to the AfroX channel. You can donate in increments of $5, $10, $30, $50, or $100 a month. Now, don't be intimidated by like the $50 and $100 a month tiers. They're for the people who can absolutely afford it. But if you can afford even like $5 a month, I would be so appreciative. And if you could, if you throw in $5 a month, you will get your name shown at the end of every edited video. And honestly, on YouTube, getting your name out there is worth $5 a month. It absolutely is. I mean, I know I'd pay $5 a month to have somebody show my name at the end of every YouTube video they did, for sure. So I won't go over all the tiers. Just know that there's some really, really good rewards for the tiers. Some of the rewards are not updated yet. I need to go in there and change some stuff, but we'll get everything worked out. So, wow, I'm so sorry. As for the I'm sorry, my brain is in a million places right now. As for the social medias, we have the AfroX channel on Facebook. We have the official AfroX fan club also on Facebook. That's the group. And if you go on there, you're going to be added to a group message chat where I will be telling you if I am changing the schedule up at all or whatever's going on, or if I have a new idea. Speaking of new ideas, you can suggest new ideas on my Discord. That's AfroX AMA is the name of the Discord. There's a link to that in all of my edited videos. And then we also have on both X, which is formerly known as Twitter, and Instagram, I'm at the real AfroX. On TikTok, we have at AfroX_YT. That has over 11,000 views now. And we are trying to get to 1,000 followers on there so I can start doing lives, which would be absolutely amazing. So I think that's everything. Probably will need to set up a Snapchat at some point, but we will get to that. Okay. So getting into the you know what? We haven't done this in a while. What anime/manga have you watched / read this week? There we go. What anime/manga have you watched / read this week? So if you could let me know that in the comments, I will give you my answers right now. So anime and manga that I have watched and read in the past week, I obviously read One Piece chapter 1093, which was very, very good. The whole Kizu versus Luffy fight was absolutely amazing. As for anime I watched, my nephew came over on Saturday and we watched a little bit of Disastrous Life of Psyche K. We watched an episode of Danganronpa, and we were gonna start watching Zom 100, but then we flipped over to something else. But yeah. And then this week I watched One Piece Film Red, which was absolutely amazing, and I will be doing a review of One Piece Film Red coming up here soon. I actually should have done that this week, but anyways. And I believe that's all for me this week. So yeah, Trix, let me know what you got. And anybody else who watches this in the rewind, let me know what anime and manga you watched in the past week. And next week, when I go live, I will read your comments so other people can see what you're interested in. All right. So we're going to move right into the meat and potatoes of this week. As I said before, we're talking about Zatch Bell this week. We got Trixie really quick. It wasn't anime, but also rewatched original Grind Man. Okay. I will say, as for not animes, but stuff that I started watching today, just today, I finally, it's been on my Netflix list for so long, but I finally started watching Raising Dion, and oh my God, it is amazing. I absolutely love it. If you don't know what Raising Dion is, definitely check it out on Netflix. Pretty much a quick synopsis of it is a single black mother living in Atlanta, and she is raising her super hyperactive son, who is 7 years old, named Dion. And the thing is, Dion has storm superpowers. So he has the pretty much the superpowers of Storm from X-Men. So he has telekinesis. He can fly a little bit. He can, telekinesis. He can move things with his mind. But yeah, there's some crazy stuff. He can see like ghosts in the rain and stuff like that. And I'm not sure, but I think they kind of imply that he can talk to animals as well. But that's not really confirmed as so far as I've seen. But yeah, Raising Dion, super super good. I've gotten to the third episode, and it's good. Like, not only is it about like superpowers and stuff, but it's about single mothers. It's about they do talks about racism in there, and how a lot of people see black people nowadays. Not to get too controversial, but yeah, um, there's some tough stuff in there, but there's some stuff that needs to be really talked about and expanded on. So Raising Dion, definitely check it out. All right. Getting into the and Trix, I did see your comment there. Um, what kind of show is that? I was already describing it, so that's why I didn't bring it up. Certainly a first time hearing it here. Awesome. We'll check it out. Raising Dion on Netflix. Looks like we got a second person watching. Hey, second person, I don't know who you are, but put something in the comments. I will read it. I read all the comments that we get, so make your voice heard. Anyways, we are talking about Zatch Bell today, so if you'll give me a moment, I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to share my screen here. And I hope this comes up. There we go. All right. So, Zatch Bell. Okay, good. You guys can see that. A general summary of Zatch Bell. What is Zatch Bell? So, Zatch Bell is an anime that is pretty much about these little kind of people. It's hard to describe because the manga and the anime differ so much. In the manga, they're demons from the demon world, and in the anime, they're called Momotos from the Momoto world. But pretty much they're these little people and like animals and stuff that come from this world, and they have to find a partner because all of them come with a book full of spells or attacks that they can do. And pretty much all of them are thrown into the human world. They have to find a human partner to join with, and they have to defeat every other Momoto to see who is fit to become the king of the Momoto world. So the main character of the story is Zatch, or as they call him in the anime, Gash. He is, as they call him in the manga, Gash. He is a Momoto, and he teams up with the guy that he's always with in the picture here, named what's his full name? Kiyomaro Takamine, or they just call him Kyo for short all the time. And so Kyo and Gash, they pretty much go around and they have to defeat all of these other Momoto children, and there's a lot of different ones, but they're all a Momoto child and partner team, and so Gash has a Gash's power is that he is able to do attacks by shooting lightning out of his mouth. Now, the thing about these Momoto children, and specifically about Zatch, we're gonna call him Zatch because we're talking about the anime specifically. So the specific thing about the Momoto children and Zatch is that when they attack, they go completely unconscious. So pretty much how it works is when you're in a Momoto battle, the partner calls out a spell from the Momoto's book of spells, and then the spell activates, and while the energy is happening, or in this case when Zatch is shooting electricity out of his mouth, he becomes completely unconscious and does not know what is happening while he is making the attack, which is very interesting in the story. So pretty much Zatch's main attack in the story is called Zaker, and it's him shooting lightning out of his mouth. He also has an attack where he can create an electric shield that will bounce back things. He can create dragons. He can create dragon claws out of lightning. And there's just a whole bunch of things this kid can do. And so there's a few other characters, people he becomes friends with other Momotos and stuff that support him and help him fight against really evil other Momotos. So that's pretty much all about Kyo and Zatch. We are going to move on to Megami Ome and Tia. And let me see if I can find a picture of them on here. There we are. Megami, oh, this is a better picture. Megami and Tia. So pretty much this is the girl equivalent of Kyo and Zatch. I don't really remember off the bat what Tia. So Tia is the Momoto girl here, and I don't really remember off the bat what her powers do. But yeah, they're kind of just like the main they're kind of the main love interest of Kyo and Zatch, even though Tia kind of treats Zatch like a tsundere, stuff like that. So it says in the wiki, I'm looking at the wiki here, Tia's spells consist mostly of defensive and regenerative spells which are used to support and heal her allies. She has a crush on Zatch, despite her hobby of abusing him physically. So, oh, that's right. So Tia's powers are she's able to heal allies and stuff like that, which honestly, in a battle royale, I don't know why you would want to heal allies, but I suppose having allies is a pretty good thing. So moving on here, we have Kafk Sunbeam and Ponygon. Kefk Sunbeam and Ponygon. So this is a pretty good picture. So we don't really see Sunbeam all that much. He's not really the main focus, but we see Ponygon all the time because he's just so super cute. Ponygon is super, super, super cute. And I think Ponygon's abilities are mostly like physical, like he can headbutt stuff and do physical attacks. But yeah, Ponygon's kind of different from the other Momotos in that he's a horse. And what we learn at some point in, like, he gets his own backstory and stuff. We learn that his Ponygon's mother actually named him Schneider, that his real name is Schneider, which I thought was pretty cute. In the manga, he has a different name. I think it's like Umesgan or something like that. But yeah, Ponygon in the anime, he's super cute. I'd love to get a plush of Ponygon someday. It would just be the greatest thing. But yeah, it says in the wiki, eventually Ponygon gains the ability to manipulate fire and the ability to fly. And he's known as Umagon in Japan. That's right, Umagon. He's a horse, has the personality of a dog, and can only communicate by bleating like a sheep. And because of only being able to communicate like that, he can't tell people that his real name is Schneider. And he was given the name Ponygon by Kyo. But yeah, Ponygon spells give him armor, increasing his speed and power with each spell. So yeah, that is very, very cool. Oh, I forgot to mention something really, really important really quickly. So in the anime Zatch Bell, in the Japanese translation, or in the Japanese sub, the main character, Zatch, is voiced by the same, by Izue Otani, which, if you know Izue Otani, she is the person who plays Pikachu. And that's the person who plays him in the Japanese, and then in the American version, he's played by, I think his name is Derry Do or something like that. But anyway, he's the same guy who plays Jimmy Neutron. So, if whatever version you're watching, you're either hearing Pikachu's voice or you're hearing Jimmy Neutron's voice. So I just think that's really, really cool. Really quick, just looking at the chat, Trix says the sequel manga of Zatch Bell is currently ongoing. That's so cool. I'd never finished this series, and I would love to get back into it and read the manga. And hearing this discussion takes me back in the day. Yes, it does. This takes me back to being flippin', what is it? I was like 8 years old when I was watching this stuff. Moving on, we got a couple more characters here. So I wanted to keep one of the weirdest Momotos for once I kind of got you guys used to and into the idea of this, but we're going to talk about one of probably my favorite character in the show, besides like Zatch and Q and stuff, Parco Folgore and Conchome. So here, I think this is a pretty good picture. So this here, so the guy here, the master is Parco Folgore, and his Momoto is Conchome. And Conchome looks kind of weird. He looks like a boy with a weird haircut and a duck bill. He's like half boy, half duck, and always has like a baby's jumper on, which is super weird. But anyways, Fulgore is he's like a music superstar in this world, and he got paired up with Kanchame, and they're just really weird. In the middle of battles, they'll like break out in odd dances and stuff like that. But they're really cute together, and they really care about each other. But Parko Fulgore is my favorite character just because he's weird, and also his voice actor is he has like he has kind of like a French accent. And Parko's always like, "Oh, we are going to do this today." Well, that's not really French. He's more Italian. But yeah, you get the you get the idea. But yeah, Parko Fulgore and Kanchame. And yeah, Kanchame's appearance is that of a young boy wearing a blanket sleeper with large eyes and a duck bill. Kanchame spells involve transformation and illusions. He later gains the ability to create clones with inhuman strength and a spell that can trap his opponents in an illusionary world, giving him full control over their senses. So yeah, what was it? Yeah, all of Kanchame's abilities really dealt with illusions, making people see stuff, things like that, messing with the mind. So yeah, they were really cool characters. So moving on to what I would consider the beginning of like the bad guys list. Not really much bad guys, but kind of the main rival to Zatch Bell. You know how in animes there's always one guy who is not a bad guy, but he's kind of mean, like Ren in Shaman King, or like young Sasuke. Yeah, that's this guy. So this is Brago and Sherry. And yeah, as you can see, Brago and Sherry, very gothic. This is kind of a better picture, but yeah, they're kind of the we're super serious about this. We're not fooling around. I'm gonna be the king of the Momoto world, and you can't stop us because we're flipping awesome. But yeah, you see Brago here, and Brago got the edge on point. Like he's edgier than the Cutco knives that I used to sell in my first job. like this dude got edge drip down to a science. Like if you put this kid in high school, he'd be the kid who everyone just avoided because they're like, we don't want to get into it with that kid. But yeah, so he's teamed up with this girl, Sherry Belmont, and Sherry is English, super like serious, kind of sees herself as like a princess and stuff like that. But Sherry Belmont comes from an abusive background in a wealthy French family. Sherry met Brago and teamed up with him in order to save a girl named Coco. Brago has a rough antisocial attitude, but is kind of underneath. So Brago is defeated by Zatch in the final battle to determine the king, coming in second place overall. Brago's spells are based on the manipulation of gravity, giving him the ability to increase gravity in a certain area or fire a gravitational well from his hand. and Sherry assists in battle with her flail. So yeah, Sherry and Brago were very good, kind of semi-antagonists, because I think it was in the first battle with them that Zatch and Kyo kind of realized that, like, not only can just the Momoto fight, but the human partner can also like help in fights too. And that's kind of the main characters of Zatch Bell. I'm trying not to ruin too much for myself either, just because I haven't seen the end of this. But yeah, so that's pretty much all of the main characters from Zatch Bell. One of the other main points is that pretty much in this battle royale, your whole strategy is in a battle between two Momotos. You either kill the master, because if you kill the master, the other Momoto can't do anything, or you can either kill the master, kill the Momoto, or you can burn the Momoto's book. And by burning their book, they are sent back to the Momoto world, having failed to survive the battle royale. But yeah, that's pretty much the main information on Zatch Bell. Trick says, "Hell yeah, the best team in this series. Break it down." Fulgori, yes, Fulgori and Kanchame were awesome. God, what was they had like a super weird dance. How to go like, hey, let's start something, boing boing, and they'd like bounce on their feet or something like that. But it was the funniest and cutest thing. I don't know if I can show it because it's from an anime, but definitely look it up. Look it up on YouTube. Fulgore and Kanchame's dance, or even just weird Zatch Bell dance. It'll probably come up. But yeah, you should definitely check that out. Damn, Brago with his gravity was devastating. Yeah, no, Brago was really scary when he started up, and honestly, I stopped watching the series when there was. I stopped watching the series on the episode where Kyo and Zatch, I think they get done fighting Brago and Sherry, and it ends in like a stalemate, and then like way far away in the forest or something, they see shadowy figures that look like themselves, and that was kind of weird, but I didn't know what any of that was about, and I still don't know, and I still need to finish the series. But yeah, definitely I will come back, touch more on this subject once I've watched the rest of the series and gotten into reading the manga and stuff. But yeah, that looks I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. That looks it looks really good. But yes, I will touch on it again. It was hey, let's dance all day, and Iron Man Fulgore. Yes. Hey, let's dance all day. And indeed, I mirror that sentiment with Let's Dance All Day. Yeah. Well, that's great. Well, everybody, that is all for today's Anime Legends. Just want to do a reminder to everybody out there who is watching this. If you got this far in the video, you're definitely a fan. So don't deny it to yourself. If you deny it to yourself, you deny it to the entire world. Subscribe to the channel today. Yeah. The biggest thing right now is please, if you see me live streaming, please make sure to tell other people. We want to get as big a community as we can here. That's going to be awesome. Oh, and the last thing I wanted to tell you guys is the video I put up today. If you watch all the way to the end of that, the video I put up today, The Lost Cipher Volume 3, is my 600th created video. It's not the 600th released one. We're going to do a much bigger event when that comes along. But The Lost Cipher Volume 3 is the 600th video that I have ever created for the channel. So, yeah, we've hit it, boys. We've hit 600 videos, and I could not be happier. Keep YouTubing, YouTubers. Don't fight the fro. And always remember to stay legendary. See you later, YouTube. Bye-bye.